you're here. Yeah, we're so glad you're here. Oh, we're so glad to be together in unity. We're so glad you're here. Hey, you looking good this morning? You feeling all right? How was your week? On a scale of 1 to 10, just throw out a number.
26.
26.
That's great.
Cool.
How many of you were working with the no complaining suggestion this week?
Uh-oh.
Because we heard feedback from some of you that you were working with that this week.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Good job.
Yeah.
Pat yourself on the back, but don't break your arm.
So we continue our journey this morning into the understanding about prosperity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prosperity, abundance, generosity, all of these things kind of go together, don't they? You know, it's an attitude, it's a feel, it's a feeling, it is a vibration, it is a way of being in the world. You get that? Hey guys, how you doing over there? Are you vibrating?
They're vibrating. And over here, we have some.
Let's see everybody vibrate in your chairs. Ready? Oh, I'm just kidding. All right, you want to read that for us there?
Oh, Eric Butterworth said, prosperity is a way of living and thinking, and not just money or things. I probably ought to repeat that.
Okay.
Prosperity is a way of living and thinking, and not just money or things. Poverty is a way of living and thinking, and not just a lack of money or things.
Very good.
It's all about our thinking and our way of being.
Thank you, Eric Butterworth.
Yes.
He was not the husband of Mrs. Butterworth. Well, he was. It's too complicated. Never mind. All right, intention. How many has heard the word intention before? How many know that you intend things? So if you're an intention person, if you intend things, that means you're a Nintendo player. Do we have an Nintendo players here, right? So when
Everybody
you look
take
up
a
this,
big breath, yeah.
Hey, if this is your first time here, I'm sorry. I apologize now. It'll all be over soon.
Sometimes he just gets on one of these rolls and there's no controlling it.
All right. I heard that. Thank you, whoever said that. One person said they loved me. Oh, well. Take what you can get. You know what I mean?
Oh, we all love you. We believe in the principle of oneness. We all
Yes.
love you.
Oh, good. Yeah. But
No buts.
intention. We have tended only to see that word from an egoic level. And that expression, that idea, from an egoic level. How many know what the ego is? Right here. Mm-hmm. We all have one. The ego is neither good nor bad. It's what you make of it. It's just like everything else. Life is not good or bad. It's what you make of it. Your relationship isn't good or bad. It's what you make of it. Say with me. Oh. Right? Does that make sense? And so we've tended only to see intention from the ego level. I'm going to try and make something happen. How many know who's saying that? That's the small self, the little mind. And the little mind has a little power. But there is a God power inside of you that is connected to the bigger mind that knows how to get things done. If you don't believe me, just look around. All right? So, a better understanding might be I am aligned and in harmony with fill in the blank. Okay? So we're going to fill in the blank this morning with abundant prosperity. Let's say that together. Abundant prosperity. Right? So I'm in alignment with abundant prosperity. If you're not in alignment with it, then you don't get to experience it as much because you don't recognize it. See? You don't see it. And if you're not seeing it, it's because you're not focused in that direction on prosperity. And that's the intention. Make sense? We want to use our intention. Your intention is a power. It is that power that aligns you with what it is that you desire. It becomes your focus. It becomes something that you can begin to express because you're seeing it. What you think about, you bring about. Right? I mean, understand. That's so true. So, it's important to understand that there is this divine source, right? That is behind it all. And that is what we want to connect with. It's like if you have a toaster and you put your toast in it and you push the button down, what happens? It all depends. Is it plugged in? If you don't plug it in, it's not gonna work. Make sense? It has to have what? Power. It has to have power to make it work. And it's the same way with our lives. We have to connect with the power source. We have to plug it in. See, you can pray all day long and say, please, God, I need toast. I want toast so bad. I would love to have some toast and jelly with a little bit of gravy and butter. All that other good stuff. For those of you that still eat that. I don't get to eat as much of that as I used to. Anyway, that's another sob story that I'm not going to share this morning. So, if you just plug in, that's all you have to do. That's what intention is. It's plugging into the power source. I'm plugged in. I'm in alignment. I feel it. I know it. And I have it. I feel it. I know it. I have it. I think it. And see, what you think about, is what you go around muttering all the time. We have any mutterers here? People look at you, can I help you? Right? We mutter under our breath about things. Why is this happening to me? What's this about? What is going on here? And, if you just do it once in a while, how many know complaining once in a while is okay? Because you're opening the steam valve and you're letting it out, right? So you let it out. You're dumping, so to speak. And that's okay. How many know you got to give yourself permission to do that? It's important, because if you just hold it inside, say, I'm fine. How many know what fine really means? It has something to do with flipping out. I'm ready to flip out. That's what it is. So it's this idea that we just need to have things in our life where we can let the steam out. If you're not relaxing every day, if you're not taking some moments in the quiet, if you're not in nature, if you're not in some kind of inner practice, whether it be yoga, whether it be prayer, whatever it is, if you're not getting still for a few moments at a time, then there's pressure that's building up. And we keep muttering ourselves, and sometimes people, they get to the point to say, I wish I wasn't here. I wish I wasn't here. I met people like that. And the thing of it is, why are you saying that to yourself? Why are you doing that to yourself? You're here for a reason and a purpose. We need you. Tell the person next to you, say, we need you. We need you.
We need you to show up.
You're here on purpose. You've got a reason, and I'm part of that reason because you're shining your light in the world, because you're vibrating your goodness, your God, power. Then there is less violence in the world because you are here. Do you hear what I'm saying? You have that kind of effect. Because you're on the plane, you're going to help keep the plane in the air. Because you have a reason and a purpose. You know why you're here. And you know, it's not your time to go down with the plane, right? You understand what I'm talking about? And you get that confidence. You realize, oh, man, wow, I have a reason and a purpose for being here. I am an intention. I am a divine intention. I've been sent into this world for a purpose. That's what the word apostle means in the Bible. To be sent out. To do what? To do good things. To do good things. There's another word. Sorcerer. Have you ever heard that word, sorcerer? People say, oh, what is that, an evil magician? No. The word sorcerer just means to be of the source. Right? I'm not saying you have to use that word, but I just thought it was interesting. To be of the source. Just like the word spiritual means to be of the Spirit. Say with me, It doesn't mean that you have a certain belief or non-belief. It means that you are of the Spirit. And if you are of the Spirit, you have been sent into this world. Sent with a purpose. And there is this purpose inside of you. And if you just give it space and time, it will work itself out of you. It really will. But you got to have your intention. See, you have to want it to work. You have to go with it. How many are going with it? All right?
Wayne Dyer said something about being the power of intention. He said, as you become the power of intention, you'll see your dreams being fulfilled almost magically, and you'll see yourself creating huge ripples in the energy fields of others by your presence and nothing more. Until you transcend the ego, you can do nothing but add to the insanity of the world.
Somebody dropped the mic. Oh,
I
no.
heard that over there. Yeah. Until we can transcend the ego, we're not adding anything but insanity to the world.
How many want to be part of the solution?
Not the problem.
Not part of the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
So intent is this creative impulse. It's divine mind. This creative impulse that's sent into the world of form to accomplish something in particular. I am going to accomplish something in particular. Everything in this universe is intended here, including you, as James was saying. You're a divine emissary of God, of source energy, and you're sent here to express certain ideas and manifestations. You add to this wonderful soup of humanity and experience. The material world emanates from the creative source that we call God. We could call it anything, but we call it God. You sorcerer, you. We're all sorcerers working in that source. And that creative power, the creator, is that power which intends things into the material world. We are creators, co-creators. You have creative power. Did you know that? Did you, when you when you plug in
Yeah.
and you put the piece of bread in the toaster and you pull it out and you smear the guacamole on it and all the little things and you make avocado toast, you have created something. You're a creator.
Why am I getting hungry?
I know. Well, you made me think of avocado toast, right? You're a creator. And we're all connected to this creative power. We're all connected to it. What are you doing with yours? What are you doing with yours? Are you creating something positive and something desirable and something that you want and that others want? Or are you kind of taking the lazy way out and just living life on neutral or on, what is that, on when you put your cruise control, on cruise control, where you're just letting whatever happen and just going with the whims and the winds of whatever comes your direction, right?
Yeah.
We have to have intention. When you go out sailing, you know where you want to go, you set a course, you have an intention, and you set your sails to get you in that place, right? Are we setting our sails every day? Are we setting our intentions?
Right. Right.
So how,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. No, I was
You
just
go
going to
right
ask
ahead.
how
Keep going.
aware.
You're doing good.
No, well, thank you. I was just going to ask, how aware are we of this divine power, of this creative power, of this intention power? How aware are we? Because that's a big part of it, is our awareness about it.
Absolutely. Because you are connected to all the love, the joy, the prosperity that you will ever need. You're connected to it when you're in alignment with it, right? You know, I remember when we were young, we had this couple that we kind of looked up to, Leah and I. And we thought, you know, they had got this little cottage, you know, and they just seemed to be in heaven, you know, just, and how many know that looks can be deceiving? Right? And you have to be connected with your belief system. You are connected, okay? You are connected. But you have to begin to sense and feel that connection. That way you can kind of do a little directing of that intention, of that feeling, that focus power that you have. And sometimes it just takes a little shift from here to here.
Yeah.
So this couple did. They were a lovely couple, but they had a lot of limitations that they were projecting onto us that we were accepting as our belief system and was causing us to try and experience this, or try to have the same kind of relationship and experience that they had. And it wasn't working because it wasn't our thing. It wasn't our purpose. It wasn't our intention. It wasn't our journey. Right? How many know that everybody's got their own journey? Yeah? Yeah? We're all on our own particular journey. And say it with me, and that's okay.
That's okay. That's a good thing.
It's okay. As long as it's okay with you, it doesn't have to be okay with anybody else. Have you learned that? All right? Because if you just align yourself with what everybody else thinks about you, what's going to happen? You will lose your power because then they have it. And so they're telling you what they may not be saying, oh, you should do this, but the subtle things, the way they act, the way they talk, you start to pick up on it. You see what I'm saying? And it's sneaky. It's tricky. And so it's important to remember that you are responsible and accountable for your own body, for your own mind, for every thought that you think. It's your power. Yeah. Say with me, it's my power.
It's my power.
And you can't have it.
It's my power.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's my power.
That's important.
Yeah.
So we want to become aware of our connection, aware of this. And what happens to us many times is our link becomes corroded sometimes, or rusted, or a little dirty. It's like, did you know car batteries, that happens to car batteries where they corrode and the connection gets clogged. And what does it do? It keeps your car from starting, doesn't it? And I remember...
Are we telling the story?
No, let's not tell that story.
Oh, okay.
That's too long and involved and would be here all day.
It really isn't.
No, I'm just kidding. But I used to take a can of Coke and pour it on the battery post, and all that stuff would start to dissolve. And then I scrub it off. And that's what I learned to do, because Coke is very acidic. I don't know if you knew that or not. But it'll clear up the the corrosion on your battery post. And so, but that's what happens to us individually is we get a little cluttered inside. We start to rust a little bit. We corrode a little bit. See, and it's important that we learn how to use that God power. Let's call it the waters of life. The waters of life. To cleanse and to purge and to wash away, the corrosion. We can use the spiritual energy to scrub clean the connecting link and renew our connectivity. Isn't that great? See, that's what this service is all about, is helping people to renew their connectivity so that when you go out into the world, you're fully charged. Tell the person next to you, say, I'm fully charged.
I'm fully charged.
So don't be deceived into thinking that you only need to do this once. That's what a lot of people think. Oh, I did that practice like 10 years ago. I know all about that. Yeah. You ever hear people say that? They say, yeah, but are you up to date? Are you present here now in the moment with your situationship? Right? Are you in the moment with your life?
Yeah. It's just like if you have 3 pipes that are lined up and the flow of water is going through there. When they're lined up, it's just gushing through there. And let's say that little by little that middle pipe begins to descend just a little bit. By the time you get down to where you're noticing it, there's not a whole lot that's coming through there. It's been hampered. The flow has been hampered, and so that's the same way with us. We let things go. Maybe we don't realize how we're out of alignment or how we're not in awareness of things, and before we know it, the waters of blessing or the prosperous manifestations are trickled down because something is out of alignment. I've let that fall out of alignment, or I've become unaware of things. And so that awareness piece and keeping a practice of things is so important.
Yeah.
And it isn't just a one-time.
Yeah.
If that thing drops that one time, you're going to have to check it out periodically and make sure that it's not doing it again. So it's that way with our own internal checks about things.
And I'm going to say something that is true for me. Maybe it's true for you, right? And that is, anything in my life, any spiritual practice that's hard, it's because I haven't done it enough yet.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I heard another phew over there. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just haven't done it enough yet.
Yeah.
And as you continue to practice, then it becomes second nature. It's like driving the car. Remember the first time you got out there on the road and you were looking around and you say, hey, maybe you were overconfident. Maybe you thought, get out of the way, I'm coming through. Or maybe you were not very confident. You said, oh, you better stay out of the way because I don't want to hit you, right?
I was thinking it was like weightlifting.
Yeah,
It's like lifting
that
weights.
works
You know,
too.
the first I'll say the first few times, the first many times you lift those weights, however you're supposed to do it, they feel heavy and it hurts your muscles, right? And it's like, I don't want to keep doing this. This is not enjoyable. But we keep doing it, and eventually we develop that good, hard, firm muscle. But then what happens if we quit the practice? Atrophy. Yeah. So we keep practicing to build the muscle so that we can use it, and then we keep using the muscle because
Right.
if we don't give it that attention and that awareness,
Yeah.
it's going to go into decline.
And so back to the waters of life. I like taking a shower quite often. And what does that do for me?
It makes you socially acceptable.
I do it for you. No. No, I take a shower because there's what? Bacteria and germs that start growing on your body. How many know that in your house, there's more of you in the corners of your house than there is walking around?
Oh my goodness.
Because you're shedding.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You can't take the heat, man.
You need to practice that muscle.
But you know, when I've had a good shower, I feel clean. I feel good, you know. And this morning, I know with that water beating down on my neck and my back and just, you know, washing the hairs, all of them, you know. Feeling whole and clean. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful.
So Max Planck, moving right along, who received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1918 for his quantum theory, said, "All matter originates and exists only by virtue of a force which brings the particles of an atom to vibration and holds this most minute solar system of the atom together. We must assume behind this force the existence of a conscious and intelligent mind. This mind is the matrix of all matter." See, we talk about all these ideas being new ideas, and quantum theory is a new thing, and, you know, new thought. This is 1918, folks. Yeah.
Max Planck, you know, what an amazing person. So you and I are, in reality, you are a thought form, a divine word sent into the earth from the divine mind, purposefully. Say it together, I'm here on purpose
I'm here on purpose.
to carry out your mission. Now, I know right now in the world, it feels tough. It feels harder, you know. People are saying, I just don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like them. I don't even like you, you know. I don't like anything anymore. Well, how many know that's a personal problem? You need to make peace with the world as it is. The world will be as it is. The world is as it is. So I make peace with it. I make peace before the election, and I make peace after the election. Say amen, somebody. But here's the thing. We have help. We have help. Jesus said that we all have an angel with us that watches over us, that takes care of us. We have these beautiful beings of light, these friends on the other side that are all around us, that are leading us forward. You know? And I've heard them talk to me at different times. I've heard them say, "Stop!" I've heard them say my name, you know, just, it seems like it came from out here, but I'm sure it came from the inside. And I know that I am being guided and directed in this life, and so are you. And the more you plug into the source, the more you begin to feel and your way into life, and you begin to intuit things, and you begin to perceive things on another level, right?
Yeah.
The Course in Miracles says this. This is beautiful. If you knew who walked beside you on this path, fear would be impossible. Fear would be impossible. You are never alone, ladies and gentlemen. There is this wonderful team, the spiritual, whatever you want to call it. See, it doesn't matter what you call it. You don't even have to believe all that. You can just say, well, I don't know what it is, but I always seem to be at the right place at the right time. I don't know what it is, but I'm always, ending up where I need to be. You see what I'm saying? I had a dream the other night. Been a while back. And in the dream, I was on this bobsled. And I was going down this, you ever been on, anybody here ever been on a bobsled? You know what I'm talking about? Okay, all right. We actually have somebody. Thank you. You have to tell me about that experience. And I was going down into a valley and I was coming back up, and it was a rough ride. And then I saw this huge mountain before me. And then I realized that there was somebody sitting in front of me in the bobsled, that I wasn't alone. This was a dream. And I said to myself, how in the world am I going to make it over this mountain? How am I going to do this? And the dream guide turned and looked at me and said, I've been through this before. I know exactly what to do. I know what to do. I said, oh, okay. Then I woke up. So I have learned in my life that no matter how rocky the road gets, I am not alone. The Spirit of divinity is here with me the whole way through. Angels are all around, right? I'm being watched over. I'm being taken care of. It's a beautiful thing when you really get it, and you know that you're not alone. Let's say together, I'm not alone.
I am not alone.
And here's what you can do. Set your intention and say this: I would love some evidence of my help. I would love some evidence of how I'm being guided, how I'm being helped. And then just let it go. And then pay attention. Pay attention. See what happens.
So Proverbs 11, verses 24 and 25 says, give freely and become more wealthy. Be stingy and lose everything. The generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. So it all starts with us shifting our beliefs and our thinking. Beliefs are nothing more than the thoughts that you continue to repeat to yourself over and over. So let's begin to shift those things, shift our thoughts. And we do that by starting with positive affirmations, something that we can repeat to ourselves that helps begin to shift that unhelpful way of thinking. Any of you have unhelpful ways of thinking about certain things? So prosperity is a mindset. It's a set of beliefs that we have established through our thinking about certain things over and over. Maybe some of it comes from your childhood, things you'll hear yourself say something. It's like, that sounds like my mother, or that sounds like my father, right? Things that you heard through your childhood. But it's your expectation. Remember, you can have a belief, you can have a thought, but it's the energy and the expectation and the intention and the feeling that you put behind those things. Expect to expand your wealth. And not just your monetary wealth, but your wealth of knowledge, your wealth of relationships, your wealth of wisdom, and of course your wealth of income. Yeah?
Yeah. Well, an affirmation is a declaration that you make to consciously shift your thoughts from something negative to something positive. Mm-hmm. By writing down an affirmation or saying it out loud, you're forcing your brain to pay attention to this. Pay attention. How many know that what you focus upon, what you think about, you bring about, right?
Yep.
So this will help you to form more positive emotions. By thinking more positive, you feel more positive. And when you feel more in alignment and more positive, because that is the sign that you're in alignment, because you're feeling, you're feeling it. Mm-hmm. You're feeling it. And so when practiced every day, these affirmations can help you to create new beliefs and new thought patterns. See, many of us, we've been overwhelmed. We've been bogged down with all that stuff from the past, with everything that we've ever heard, everything that we've ever been told. And the past, we're using the past in the wrong way. How many know that there's only one way to use the past? You know what that is? Learn from it. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. Learn from it. Right? Yeah. You guys getting this over here? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So, learn from it. Don't regret it. If you regret it, you regret it. But you can get over that by saying, well, wait a minute. That was a teaching, learning experience. And because of that, now I realize what I don't want. Because I know what I don't want, I realize now what I do want. Make sense? So you got to practice every day.
Forgive yourself for the past.
Yeah. And forgive the past. Forgive all those people.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
How many know? In Unity we have 5 principles. We talk about God is, these 5 principles. But in our church we've added 2 extras. And the 6th one, it's important to remember, the 6th principle is people are crazy. All right? All right? And then the 7th one is something I noticed. I noticed this since the pandemic. And that is people are spacey. Have you noticed that? People can't remember things. People, they find, and there's something, I don't know what it is, but there's something that people are spacey today. They're not paying attention. They're not conscious. Hello. Did you do that? Oh, okay. I was going to say that's a good trick if you did that. So, you know what that was, Chris? Are we okay? All right, good.
So when practice each day, positive affirmations can help you form new beliefs, new thought patterns, and help you create an abundance mindset. If your world is not reflecting what you want back to you, then you need to adjust your thinking. Because what is reflected back to you is based on your level and your way of thinking. So an abundance mindset can transform your life by motivating you to take powerful, aligned action toward your goals. We all want an abundance mindset.
Yeah.
And again, not just for the material money, but for relationships, for love and vitality and health, all of these areas. So last week, let me back up and just say that too, that positive affirmations, we say those not because, we say affirmations not to make them true to us, but because they are true.
Yeah.
We say these things because they are true, and we want to realign our thinking into what is true. No matter how much we practice this stuff, sometimes things come up that put us in a temporary space of worry or anxiety or concern about something, and we find it difficult sometimes to fall back on those things that we know to do. It's a little challenge. It's a little pop quiz in life for us, right? Remember when you were in school and you came in and the teacher came in and said, "Pop quiz today," and we all went, "Oh no, I'm not ready for a pop quiz." Life has given us pop quizzes all the time. All right, let's see if you got that. Here it is. So sometimes these things come up to give us that opportunity to practice the things that we know, and sometimes we just need to be a little re-energized and reminded about who we are. And that's where we have this beautiful team of dedicated individuals here in the community that we refer to as our prayer chaplains. And our prayer chaplains put themselves in service to you every Sunday so that when you're going through one of these little episodes, one of these little temporary pop quiz situations, you can come to them and they will have a prayer with you that is done in an affirmative way that will help you remember who you are and that you've got this. Yeah. You can get through this pop quiz. You're going to ace this. You can do it. Every Sunday they're available to help you through that little episode. They love to pray. They love to be in service for you. Don't make them leave here on a Sunday unfulfilled in their purpose.
Yeah.
Visit them. Hang out with them for a few moments. And you know what? Sometimes we had a really great week and we feel like I hit it out of the ballpark on every pop quiz that came my way. I had a great week. I want to celebrate that. They want to celebrate it with you. So go see a prayer chaplain and say, you know, pop quizzes this week, I aced them all. I did really good. I want to get prepared for next week. And I just want to express some gratitude. And they will do that with you. They're a beautiful group of people who have put themselves in service here for you just for that purpose. So make them happy by visiting them often. Yeah. So last week we said, bless everything. Curtail the complaining and bless everything to help elevate that vibration, to help elevate your mindset. So what are we suggesting this week?
Well, we want you to clear away the erosions, the corrosions, the rustiness. Have you gotten a little rusty? You know what I mean? You just feel like, oh man, just not working like it could.
Yep.
So we want you to affirm your connection.
Affirm your connection. And today is a very special day. There's a whole reason why I talked about the prayer chaplains, of course. Because yesterday we completed training for the prayer chaplains for this year, 2024-2025. And I am so beyond thrilled to say that we have 9 returning prayer chaplains, and I'm going to ask them to come up this morning and stand right here in the front. If you're a returning prayer chaplain, that would be Lori Lucas, Sandy Lipe, Dory Baumwart, Blake Sims, Sally Maxey, Jean Fowler, Laura Warner, Angie Stewart, David Sutton. Some of these folks coming up here this morning have been in service as prayer chaplains for, Sally, how long?
10 years.
10 years. Laurel, how long?
8 years.
Sandy, how long? She didn't even know it's been so long.
Eternity.
Yeah.
Infinity.
Dory? I don't know either. She didn't know either. Blake? 4 or 5. The time goes by fast, doesn't it? Yeah. So these beautiful ones are returning. They enjoyed it so much, they re-upped. They're returning. Now, this isn't it, folks. This is a hearty, healthy group, but we have 8 others who have said, yeah, I'm ready to grow even deeper into my spiritual beingness. And they are Jenny Metzger. Come on up. Irene Ank, Kathy Bobbitt, Mimi Roble, Ed Marinacci, Ann Bask, Beth Berrien Clark, and Debbie Bellissimo, who is not here with us this morning. Now, actually, Beth is a returning prayer chaplain. She was a prayer chaplain years ago and is returning to us. Look at this crew.
And there's Angie.
So in the book of Isaiah, the prophet Isaiah is asked by God, whom shall I send and who will go for us? And Isaiah responds, here am I, Lord, send me. Today we celebrate and recognize our prayer chaplains, for they have said, here am I, send me. This team of prayer chaplains before you have participated in hours of training, and in addition to training, these beautiful ones have committed to demonstrate their commitment to unity principles, to lovingly listen, to hold in confidence what you share with them, to be available to pray with you on Sundays, to attend monthly meetings and ongoing trainings, to respond to your requests for prayers, and to hold the spiritual high watch for each individual and our overall community. Having committed to this, they are now ready to serve this community in a very remarkable way. They are here to support each of you individually through prayer. And I am now prepared to empower them to act in this important position. These prayer chaplains are available to pray one-on-one with you, and as they work together in this sacred work, their individual and collective awareness establishes a consciousness for this entire community. Recognizing the authority that Spirit has entrusted to them, I now charge them with this responsibility. Prayer chaplains, will you be available to support this community on their spiritual journey? Will you create and hold sacred space within this community? Will you lovingly listen and hold what is heard in the strictest of confidence? And will you pray with the people of Unity of Greenville? Thank you for answering the call to be a prayer chaplain. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Let's give them a round of applause. Oh. All right. Guess who's on duty for prayer chaplain? Who's in service for prayer chaplain duty today?
All right. Yay.
You have many choices of prayer chaplains to visit this morning. Thank you, guys.
All right. Sweet peace of mind. I invite you to take in a good breath now and become aware of that power that is within you. As you align with it, as you just let it be, you plug in. and you begin to sense it, and feel it, and experience it in your life. So I want to do a meditation with you this morning, a healing waters meditation. In your imagination, envision a pool filled with this pure, clear, crystal water. Stretch your hand out over it and bless it. Bless the water. You have the power to bless. And now use both hands in your imagination to scoop up the water and to take a sip of the water and splash it on your face. And notice that it is cool, refreshing, quenching your thirst. Feel the microscopic droplets of water as they flow through your arteries and veins, penetrating every cell and becoming one with you. Feel this cleansing water as it flows through your body like a river, bathing every cell. And feel this healing water as it washes every cell clean, carrying away any fatigue, disease, heaviness, or pain. Letting it go. As this healing water travels through your body, imagine that it is dissolving any darkness within you and around you. Imagine that the water fills you with healing energy. The healing energy from this water brings with it rebirth, renewal, empowerment, and wholeness to you and to everything and everyone around you. Now begin to envision the water in the pool filling up to the brim and overflowing and becoming a beautiful cascading waterfall. Don't you love waterfalls? And follow the path of this waterfall as it merges first with a river, then a lake, and then with the ocean. These are the waters of healing, health, and vitality. So envision these waters of healing reaching out to all those in need of healing of any kind, whether it be physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual. There may be someone you know that you want to bring into this space and hold space for. Picture them. Someone you know that needs healing. And as you hold the image of them in your mind and your heart, see these waters of healing expand and envelop and merge with them. For these are living waters, waters of healing. And so I invite you into the stillness for just a moment to pause and allow these healing waters to do the work, to cleanse, to purge, and bringing peace to all. So now, you know that you are connected. You're plugged in this morning. Continue to renew that connection. Whenever you go through the day, if you lose that sense of peace, just stop for a moment and remember who you are, a child of God. And you deserve to be happy and fulfilled. You have meaning and purpose. And you are loved unconditionally. Loved unconditionally forever and today. You are loved. And so we give thanks now and gratitude to God, to all that is, for our lives, for our community, for our families, for our prosperity. Our intention is abundant prosperity. So breathe that in. Breathe it in. Receiving the grace of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. In the name of the sacred, the holy, and the good. Amen. Amen. All right, let's take this opportunity to reach and stretch. Letting your back unwind, letting your body just kind of vibrate a little bit. Feeling good? Feeling alert? Yeah.